This project is funded by the UK FCDO RISA program. The project has two key phases. Phase 1 seeks to develop, identify and prioritize roadmap interventions, and phase 2 then seeks to implement the identified roadmap interventions. But the key part is also broadening the reach of the private sector and its involvement. So reaching out to players in the agricultural sector such as farmer cooperatives, reaching out to financial institutions such as VC firms and also banks, other industry players who already have space facilities, understanding how to support them to grow their capacity even further. So those would be some of the key players. There is clear evidence that countries that have established and developed their space programs have been able to generate increases in GDP, employment and revenue through the implementation of space-based technology, data and solutions to other industries such as agriculture, logistics and mining. There are three main segments to the space sector. Upstream, we have the satellites which orbit around the Earth and provide imagery of the Earth. We have the midstream, which involves the ground stations that work with the satellites and capture the data that is generated from the satellites, and downstream, the application of all that data across various segments of the economy. And so through the use of the data generated from space, we are able to, for instance, observe climate change and predict weather, also use that data for more effective crop monitoring and address issues around food security. Space-based data can also be used in urban rural mapping to monitor and also inform policy decisions around urbanization. So the interventions we are looking at are multifaceted. They include growing the human capital through the development of space-focused interdisciplinary programs such as space economics and space law. It also includes just strengthening the nodes for collaboration, and lastly, the development of a space incubation hub, which would allow for business development and entrepreneurship support to startups, as well as venture capital and other institutional funders who can provide the finances to grow the ecosystem. From my perspective, the African space sector finds itself at a very exciting phase of its growth. We have witnessed the establishment of several space agencies across the continent, which speaks to a greater awareness and recognition from policymakers of the opportunities that space can provide in solving a wide range of developmental challenges.